Welcome everyone to today's webinar about how to use Protocol.io for teaching. My name is Anita Brollox and I'm the head of outreach here at Protocol.io. Just a few notes before we get started. We are recording this webinar, so just please be aware of this if you're asking any questions at the end. The webinar will be about 10 to 15 minutes of presentation, and then in the end we have time to answer any questions. If you have a question, you can either use the chat window here in Zoom to type out your question, or we will also have the opportunity to unmute you in the very end to ask your question directly. Our agenda for today is first, we'll look at why it is beneficial to use Protocol.io for teaching. Then we will look at some examples, and last we will go through how you can get started with setting up a class on Protocol.io. At the very end, we'll have time for question and answers. Why should somebody use Protocol.io for teaching? One reason is that it is a very easy way to share class materials with students. Step-by-step protocols can help students to follow instructions precisely while having the opportunity to ask questions or make comments on the class content directly. Class content can be either open for everybody, or the instructor can choose to make it only accessible for the students. Students can share their assignment results with the instructor or other students through the Protocol.io file manager. Also, the way Protocol.io is structured makes it applicable for various fields and forms of classes, such as lab classes, computational classes, field trip instructions, and so on. The group functionality also allows you to add any important class events and resources, which each student will be able to find through the group page. Further, instructors or students can start internal discussions on different content of the class. Here are two examples of classes that would be good for Protocol.io usage. One is a computational class, another one would be a lab class. For the computational class, you can make dataset, software, and code available through instructional protocols. And the students will be able to follow each step of the computational workflow at the time. In a lab class, you can provide detailed lab protocols, which includes images or videos for explanation to just make it very clear what the task is. And you can include warnings, etc. for the steps as well. And so the students can use the Protocol.io app while running the experiments, which allows them to easily follow the steps and also record any observations on the way. Here's an example of a computational class from the University of Arizona. This is what the group pages themselves look like. And as you can see, there are various tabs with different content, which I'm going to walk you through now. First, I would like to mention the timeline. This is where all new activity within the group is displayed, from a student joining the class to a new protocol being published. So everything that happens in the group you can see here. And it's just like always, the newest activity is always on the top, and you can just browse through all the group activity. In the Publications tab, you can see all the publications associated with this class. As a group admin, you have the option to assign categories to these publications to make it easy to sort them. So you can sort them by different topics. And every card here represents one publication and includes the most important. So the card here is just like the title and the most important details about this specific protocol. So let's take a look at this protocol specifically. Let's just see. Sorry about that. Okay, so the protocols on Protocol.io are not static PDFs, but they're rather very interactive and dynamic protocols. One functionality can be seen here on the right-hand side that allows others to comment on the protocol on either a protocol level or a step level, meaning on a specific step. Here, for example, a student commented on step 9 saying that he keeps getting an error message. Once the comment is posted, you will receive a notification, and either you as an instructor can reply, or other students also have the opportunity to join the discussion and reply to this. So here really you can see there can be a discussion around the class content, and it's just like a very easy way to comment on different steps. If anything is unclear, students can ask directly on the specific step. Another functionality students can take advantage of is the run functionality. This gives you a checklist that you can follow precisely while following all the steps. Once a step is completed, it can be marked as checked. There's also an option to add notes to steps, and every step that is checked off and every note that's being added receives a timestamp, which makes it easy to track back what exactly happened when the experiment was run. Once the experiment is completed, there's an option to save the experiment, record the experiment record as a PDF, or it can also be shared directly with other students, the instructor, or the entire class through the sharing functionality. All shared files can be found in a file manager on Protocols.io. So if you have a group for your class, there will be a group folder, which is a folder that each group member has access to. And the group admin has the ability to select between different settings, such as, for example, prevent from publishing any files from this group folder. The group members or the admin can create subfolders within the group to just keep all the work organized. And files can easily be moved around just by dragging and dropping them into the spot you would like them to be in. To get started on your class, for your class on Protocols.io, the first step would be to create a group for your class. You can create a new group by clicking the little plus icon on the right top corner, which will lead you to the group creation page. You will be able to set a group name and add all the group details. Here you will also be able to select between if you would like for your group to be public or private. And there are different member settings, such as, for example, you can say that this group should be by invite only. That means only people who receive an invitation will be able to join. Or there's an option for request only. That means anybody can request to join the group, or it can be open to all. Next, you can invite the students to your group. You can either send invitation by pasting the students' emails addresses here. You also have the option to add a note. Or alternatively, you can send out this invitation link, and everybody with the link will be able to join the group. As a group admin, you will have you will be able to see all the group members and also all the invitation that has been sent out, and you will see who's in the group and who you're still waiting to approve the invitation. Once you set up your group and invited the students, you're all ready to start using the group for your class. So you can add new class content and assignments. You can start discussions with students, share events and resources. And the students can start using the protocols by running them and asking questions directly on the content pages. Before we jump into Q&A, I wanted to just mention a few points about the plan structure on Protocols.io. So Protocols.io is an open access platform and is free for all public content. If you choose to use Protocols.io privately, there's an option for a free basic group. Or if you choose to upgrade to a premium group, there's a small fee per person per month. You can find additional plan details on Protocols.io/plans. And if you're planning to use Protocols.io for a larger class or multiple classes, I would like to mention that we do have university plans available. That means the university can get a subscription for an unlimited amount of premium groups. You can learn more about that at www.protocols.io/universities. Or you can just please feel free to reach out to us at info@protocols.io if you would like to chat more about this option. Thank you, everybody, for listening today, and I'm happy now to take any questions, or please feel free to send me any questions later if you have any at anita@protocols.io. You can either ask questions through the chat window, as mentioned before, or if you'd like, you can also raise your hand, and then I'll be able to unmute you to ask your question.
Hi, this is Lenny from Protocols. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, so we're able to unmute ourselves. Just thank you, Anita. Just a very quick small note. When you're inviting people, there's also, when you're inviting to a group, there's also an invitation link. So you don't have to invite people one by one individually. If you have a large class and type in their emails one by one, you can put it on your bulletin board, into a list server, into Slack, into whatever platform you're using to communicate with your class. And then everyone can use that invitation link to just join the group directly. So you don't need to do it one by one.